Olga Kot earned a degree in business administration, but her new job involves a different kind of management. In the spring, she joined Ukraine's newly reformed police force, a further departure from the country's Soviet-era legacy, although some people remain skeptical.
I don't say they're all like that, but a certain percentage of people don't want to change anything. They want to live the way they've always lived. They are fine with it.
Generally speaking, however, the response on the street is positive. Behind the scenes, however, resistance from the old guard is never far away. We were initially denied entry to the police academy, despite the fact that our visit was pre-arranged. But after a phone call or two, we're allowed in. The freshly renovated building is now bright, warm and inviting, instead of the previous dreary quarters citizens dreaded. 18 months after the anti-government protests and revolution, the reformed police force has become a visible manifestation of the new era in Ukraine. 2,000 new officers have been hired, a quarter of them female.
We knew that a very big percentage of people would support us, but we didn't think it would be so big and that they would be so positive about it. We're getting a lot of help from society at large.
In her spare time, in this case, prior to a night shift, she attends extra training courses. Basic training took just 3 months. Now the recruits are being given advanced instruction in between shifts. Medical doctor Anatoly Vieski has volunteered to teach for free as part of the fast-track scheme.
They are so different. To some extent, they look for me as some kind of dissidents, probably, for post-Soviet situation, because they carry totally different attitude to people.
The new police officers also undergo psychological training and do not seem to be lacking in conviction or commitment. Olga and her colleagues are issued firearms and patrol gear. They believe in the new Ukraine.
I think the revolution played its role here. Because we spent a lot of time in the Maidan, I can't even go there now because of the memories of what happened there. Back then, we wanted to change the country, and I wanted to continue that.
Over 100 people were killed in the protests in the Maidan in early 2014, as civilians fought running battles with the much-feared Berkut riot police. In the end, the officers shot at demonstrators with live ammunition. Olga Kot never wants to see scenes like that again. After a fitness test, she finally heads out for her night shift. Olga and her fellow officers have been instructed to keep their flashing blue lights on when they're out on patrol, to reassure citizens that the police are there to help. Their first assignment is to pacify a dispute between neighbors. On the scene, they find a woman who is clearly inebriated and out of control. Olga and her partner reach for their handcuffs. As hoped, that gesture is enough to calm the woman down.
Her neighbor didn't file a complaint, so we have no grounds for detaining her. Plus, there was her husband who said he would take her home. It's all calmed down.
De-escalation in one of Kiev's many concrete housing projects. And then they get a new assignment. An abandoned luxury car. The first thing Olga notices is that the parking permit expired over a year ago, during the Maidan Revolution.
The money for high-end cars usually comes from graft, and corruption in our country, as you know, is quite widespread. That's what we're fighting against.
Aside from speculation, there's little they can do because the license plate number does not show up in their database, which is currently under construction. All in a night's work for the newly fledged police force, now patrolling the capital of the new Ukraine.